everyone, welcome to OnlineFuss Weekend Roundup News, your weekly dose of what's buzzing around the internet. Our top story, the US just rolled out a tariff exemption that's helping tech companies breathe easier. Smartphones, monitors, and key electronics from China are now exempt from the 145% import tax. This change applies to goods entering the US starting April 5, which is a big deal for companies like Apple. Though it won't cover everything, there's still a 25% tariff tied to the fentanyl crisis. But overall, the move will stabilize the tech market while the US slowly shifts manufacturing back home. Moving on to Microsoft Recall is a new feature being tested on Windows 11, and people calling it both genius and creepy.
One of the key features that they demonstrated on stage today is Recall. This essentially will capture everything you've done on your PC, and you'll just be able to literally scroll through. So you can see I've got like a timeline of here where they're looking on the desktop, looking at a Word document or PowerPoint, and then you can just sort of teleport back to those moments that you've had on your PC. So that's all thanks to an NPU, which is part of this Qualcomm PC, which will actually show up just as if it's a CPU or a GPU in the task manager here.
Basically, it takes screenshots every few seconds, then saves them so you can search anything you've looked, such as apps, documents, websites. Super convenient, but also a big privacy concern. Microsoft has already delayed the launch twice, and now users are asking for one thing, making it up only, keep everything encrypted, and don't store it in the cloud. Now on the Google front, Google's testing a new feature in Docs called Audio Overviews that change the way we work. Read your document out loud, either as a full read-through or a quick podcast-style summary.
Here's how to turn your documents into engaging audio discussions using Notebook LM. First, head to notebooklm.google.com, select New Notebook, then add at least one source. You can choose up to 50 sources like docs in Google Drive, websites, YouTube videos, or paste copied text. Next, click Generate under Audio Overview. It'll take a couple minutes, and then you can listen right in Notebook LM or download the audio to listen elsewhere.
For anyone who hasn't heard of it yet, Notebook LM. It's basically like having a personal AI researcher in your back pocket.
Okay, yeah, I've heard a little about this.
You upload your documents, and it helps you really get to grips with them.
Right, like summarizing, answering questions. I've even heard it can make study guides.
To learn more ways to use Notebook LM, head to notebooklm.google.
It isn't just about multitasking. It helps catch mistakes you might miss when reading silently. It's a big win for people with vision problems or dyslexia. Still in the early testing, but truth say, the voice sounds natural and smooth, way better than the usual robotic tone. In another unexpected twist, Apple Maps is now available on any device, even on Android and Windows. Just go to maps.apple.com and you'll get access to navigation, local searches, and Apple's version of Street View called Look Around. Some feature like 3D buildings and safe places are still missing, but the move puts Apple Maps in direct competition with Google Maps and Waze. Big milestone last week, Microsoft turned 50 last April 4th. Big milestone for the company behind Windows, Xbox, and Office. To celebrate, they dropped some freebies such as Xbox badges, retro wallpapers, solitaire themes, and even yellow tulips for your desktop. Nice idea, but fans online were not impressed. Some called the wallpapers ugly, with one post saying, "This looks like it was made in Microsoft Paint." People were hoping for more like special Xbox or throwback OS, or something nostalgic. Instead, we got tulips. Meta just released Llama 4, and it's not just one model, it's a whole AI family. Maverick handles text and images, and it's fast but forgets long chats. Scouts can process text, images, and audio with deep memory, great for research or legal works. Behemoth is still training, but it's expected to be the smartest one yet. Maverick and Scout are available now in Meta, and Hugging Face. Behemoth still working and it's coming out soon. Baldur's Gate 3 just dropped the final big update.
Blackith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
I'll enjoy watching you try.
Patch 8 was launched last April 15. The update adds full crossplay, 12 new subclasses like Phantom Rogue and Drunken Master Monk, plus a brand new photo mode to capture in-game moments. They've also improved gameplays, NPC behavior, and perception checks also got polished. And the mod manager now supports official mods. China just announced a major shift. They're bringing AI into every classroom from grade school to college and universities. The goal? Boost skills like critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork using smart tutors, AI textbooks, and dynamic lesson plans.
我们在课前的时候，通过我们的 AI 备课助手，能够解放老师的生产力，然后提升他的备课效率，将他从重复的工作当中解放出来，专注到教学本身。另外，我们在课堂教学过程当中，通过我们的课堂反馈系统，将老师的教学过程进行精准的分析，然后形成分析报告，来反哺老师的教育水平的提升。课后呢，我们的整个的分析报告呢，可以提供给我们的主管部门，教育主管部门可以对全县的老师他们的教学情况进行一个掌握，并且可以针对性的对需要提升的部分做一个我们的针对培训，或者以及后续的一个运维。
在课堂上，如果能有效的运用的话，对于孩子的这个激发，学生的这个兴趣是非常有帮助的。然后通过这个 AI， 它能帮助我们老师，能减少我们的这个备课的时间，我们可以把更多的时间聚焦在这个学生的主体。
The move follows China's recent AI boom, including DeepSeek, a language model that rivals the US systems. By 2035, they aim to become a global leader in education powered by AI. Switch 2 is dropping June 5 this year, priced at $450 US. There's also a $500 US bundle with Mario Kart World, it's normally around $80. Pre-orders open April 24th, but there were delays due to the new tariffs. Nintendo says prices might go up if those tariffs stay. It's got a new NVIDIA chip, supports most old Switch games, and launches with big titles like Fortnite, Cyberpunk, and Hogwarts Legacy. Switching gears entertainment, Rourke has been kicked out from Celebrity Big Brother after making offensive comments towards Jojo Siwa, including homophobic remarks. He got a warning earlier on, but things got worse when he told Jojo,
I'm going to vote the lesbian out real quick.
That's homophobic.
If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore. I'll tell.
He apologized, blaming his temper, but the producers still removed him. Coachella 2025 Weekend 1 was a total vibe. Lady Gaga absolutely stole the show with a 2-hour theatrical set, fans calling it as one of the best in Coachella history. Green Day shut down the haters, its tragic, high-energy performance. Joe Keery brought the whole indie crew to the Mojave stage. That Gibbons from Portisheads gave everyone chills with a rare live version of Glory Box. And Lisa from Blackpink lit up the Sahara stage with her fierce solo debut. Megan Thee Stallion turned into a full party with surprise guests like Queen Latifah, Jara, and yes, even Ben Sanders showed up to introduce Clairo. Finale of Daredevil Born Again was intense. Mayor Fisk goes full kingpin as he declares martial law, criminalizes vigilantes, and even blocks out New York to spark chaos. Meanwhile, Matt Murdock finally suits up again, dealing with the guilt and going head-to-head with the anti-vigilante task force. The season ends with Daredevil gathering an army, Judge's Bar, setting up the stage for a gritty street war in Season 2. And in the post-credits, the Punisher escapes Fisk's underground prison. Let's take a deep dive into science. For the first time ever, scientists have filmed a live colossal squid in a natural habitat about 1,100 feet deep in South Atlantic. It was juvenile, just 12 inches, but it's the same species that can grow up over 20 feet and weigh more than 1,000 pounds. It's already changing how scientists understand these deep sea giants. Now, the team is separating their gear to hopefully capture an adult on the camera next. The second trailer for the Fantastic Four first set has just been released.
4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed. Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Heather Pascal's leading the squad as Reed Richards, alongside with Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Eva Moss Backrack as The Thing. The movie is set in a 1960s-style alternate Manhattan. We've also got big villains, including Ralph Ineson as Galactus and Julia Garner as the new version of the Silver Surfer, possibly Choral Bile.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
This marks as their first real MCU debut after years under Fox. DC gave fans a fresh look at James Gunn's Superman during Superman Day. David Cornsworth suits up as Clark Kent and Kal-El, joined by Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane and Nicholas Hoult as the sharp, modern Lex Luthor. James Gunn says, "This Superman doesn't save the world for fame. He does it because it's right."
This character is noble, and he's beautiful.
We just finished day 1 on Superman.
It's been a hell of a week at the office.
His scripts are so unique, his stories, they're heartfelt.
With massive practical sets and passionate team behind the scenes, this film feels like a love letter to the character. Coming summer 2025, it could be the fresh start that the PC needs. Blue Origin's all-female space mission was supposed to be win women's STEM, but it sparked controversy instead. Big names like Katy Perry, Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez were on board.
Olivia and Amy both taking aim at the space flight, and the 6 women crew that included Katy Perry and Gayle King, Amy posting this sarcastic Insta video.
I'm bringing this thing. It has no meaning to me, but it was in my bag.
Before the ladies traveled into space, Olivia questioned the purpose of it while co-hosting On Today with Jenna Bush.
I just think about, I know this is probably obnoxious, but like it's so much money to go to space.
Yeah.
You know,
yes.
And there's a lot of people who can't even afford eggs.
Model Emily Ratajkowski now also joining in on the criticism, calling the flight disgusting.
Think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? What was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally, I'm disgusted.
Critics called it tone deaf, especially with real astronauts recently stuck in orbit for 9 months.
They were stranded in space for 9 months, and now NASA astronauts Sunny Williams and Butch Wilmore are finally speaking out. Appearing healthy and well-rested in their blue NASA uniforms, Sunny displayed a full head of dyed brown hair, a stark contrast to the gray after so many months in orbit.
My first thought was we just got to pivot, right? So if this was the destiny, if our spacecraft was going to go home, based on decisions made here, and we were going to be up there till February, I was like, okay, let's make the best of it.
The hero astronauts splashed down off the coast of Florida 2 weeks ago. Butch Wilmore says there's plenty of lessons to be learned from their extended time in space.
There's things that I did not ask that I should have asked. I didn't know at the time I needed to ask them, but in hindsight, some of the signals were there.
This wraps this week's Roundup news. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates from OnlineFuss. You can also check us on all social media platforms. Just check the description for more details. I'm Alex. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.